Hi, happy Thursday. I was going to say Tuesday then. I'm just going to have a little chat and follow on really from where I was a couple of days ago. And what a fucking roller coaster, eh? I felt like what happened to me on Tuesday prior to me doing my video was that the energetics were so unsettled all around here, and it felt like whirlpools that were pulling people up into him. And I stood still and fast, and I got through it, but I think I was affected by the energetics, and it turned me into a slight bit of a Debbie Downer the other day when I was doing my video, and I was kind of downplaying synchronicities, but really just looking at it from a different side, not always going to the answer that suits the ego best, and looking at some other potential logical reasons why things may be shown to you. Again, I don't know anything, I'm just chatting shit and pondering, but what happened to me was that straight after I finished that video, and I acknowledged that I was being a bit of a mardy arse, I was like, you fucking misery. Because if you catch me on a different day, I'll tell you that synchronicities are proof of fingerprints of the gods or something, I just have to roll with the punches, some days I'm like this and some days I'm like that. But I was shown so many synchronicities after I'd done this bit of a downplaying thing, and it was so obvious, and it made me laugh and it cheered me up, and then it just felt like the universe was like, oh, you don't fucking forget about me, don't forget about all this shit, behind the veil that you've dipped into a few times now, we're still here. And so it was really nice. It just winds me up because I'm constantly getting shown things straight after I've done the videos, in very small subtle ways that I don't think anybody else would pick up on, but it's very very interesting how these things happen. So yeah, and dreams. I wanted to talk a little bit about dreams because my dreams are definitely, I feel like I'm leveling up in the dreams, and I've again touched on this a few times before, but in terms of understanding now the conscious abilities in the dreams. So I'll just rewind a little bit and talk a little bit about my personal experience with dreams. And as a kid, I've always been able to lucid dream. I've always been able to lucid dream, and by that I don't mean, I can fly off to Bermuda in my dreams. I can't astral travel on demand or anything like that. But I always know I'm in a dream, and I always used to think, even as a kid, it was like, I was laughing to myself because it was like, I'm so uptight, I'm even conscious in my fucking dreams, I didn't want to be lucid, I didn't want to be conscious in my dreams, but I fucking was. So as a kid, very small kid growing up, I could do things like fly a little bit, although there was always fear and, what do you call it, sinking, descending, and I was like, no, come on, you can do it. Let go of the fear and you'll soar. And so those types of dreams, and then the huge, the leaping dreams where you jump and you leap and you're like a giant going over the town and stuff. One interesting thing in my dreams when I was a kid as well was that the scenarios and the places didn't change. They were real life places as well. Like if I was jumping around like a superhero giant, it would be right outside my real house, around the real streets, where I was. What's real, but so that was the way things were. And I've got really good memories of some really good meaty dream shit, where you like, I've said before, I've had ones where I've said things and made things with my mouth, and I've had ones where I can create whatever I want. I used to have one where I would wake up and in my bedroom, but I was asleep obviously, I'd go into my wardrobe and I'd bash down the back and there'd be another room, and then I would bash through that wall and then there would be a bathroom, and these sort of these abilities in the dreams to create more. So saw some numbers then again. So that was all hunky-dory until I started to get recurring nightmares. And I'm laughing now because I see things in a different way, but how my little child decided to portray the energy of the fear. You know, it came in the form of my nemesis in my dreams as a kid was the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And it's funny because he's a fictional character, but, you know, he's definitely an archetype, and that's what my little self had chosen as the scariest sort of portrayal of that energy. And so it manifested in my dreams, and God, he used to chase me. He'd be at the front door of my house, the house that I was in when I was sleeping, and I'd go down and he'd be there at the fucking front door. And so I'd go around the back and I'd run out, and I'd be running around the town where I was and running to different people's houses, always aware that I'm in a dream and like, oh my God, you know, he's coming after me. So these things happened, these recurring nightmares, you know, but lucid dreams, because I knew it was a dream. So I was never fully petrified, but I was always like, you know, they were scary sort of dreams for a kid, and these lasted for years. And so in terms of the lucidity of these scary dreams, the best of my abilities was to get the fuck out of there. It would get too scary, and I'd turn around, he'd still be there or something, and at the peak of the fear I'd be like, right, enough, and I would take myself out of the dream and wake up. And I was happy enough with that. It was like, thank God, you know, I'd got this ability to get myself out of the fear in the dreams. Anyway, you know, fast forward years and years, and I always had lucid dreams when I dreamed, but, you know, I used to drink so much. I was such a fucking pisshead. I didn't dream for a long time. I didn't remember my dreams, and then, you know, slowly it started to come back. So, again, fast forward to me awakening. All the dark night of the soul shit was terrifying, like astral battles, and I was really trying to hold on to this consciousness during these experiences and logically work my way out of the fear. And as I have addressed the fear and, you know, sort of moved onwards with my journey a little bit, I've noticed that the dreamscape is no longer threatening or scary in any sort of way. It just feels more and more and more familiar, and I feel more and more safe in my dreams. You know, as if I know what I'm doing now, like I finally know what I'm doing, and I'm sort of getting to I feel like I'm getting to be free in my dreams, you know. It feels very sort of parallel with what's going on at the moment. So yeah, super interesting. I'm fucking loving the dreams at the minute. They are really interesting, and when I personally try and think of ways to interpret my dreams, because these skills that I'm talking about, you know, these skills that you can do in your dreams, whether it's flying or leaping or, you know, for me it's always like the typical sort of like energy battles. So, you know, you're shooting out some, and this happened to me during a psychedelic trip actually. It was really interesting. I was trying to communicate with something, and the only way I could do it was through feeling. Oh, I saw a little orb then. So, like, I would, like, really try and show my love and my heart so much, and, you know, colours would shoot out in this psychedelic trip. So things in dreams are a little bit like that, you know. It's like, whoosh, you've got the power in you. You've not got fucking machine guns or anything. It's all sort of there, and flying's a given. But, yeah, it always sounds so sci-fi and fantastical, which I don't really like, and I'm always trying to, again, you know, sort of interpret in a way that is not isolating to anybody who's not sort of knee deep in these experiences, you know. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like I said in my last video, I was like, it was like earthly ease, and this is what I feel like. It's like I personally, I just want to feel good in my body. I want to feel good about being alive. I want to feel free and hope and you know, merge with my surroundings and just be that amazing centre of love and light that I've had in the past, you know, that I've had experience and I've been witness to, you know, whole weeks or days or periods where I've been like of this optimum state, you know. But again, you know, there's a balance and it needs grounding. I couldn't get on with anything. In fact, I'm finding it quite hard, even as it is now, to keep up with the 3D stuff. You know, I find myself sometimes, sorting out the most basic thing is difficult to me, but, you know, at the same time, my mind's thinking about things that are way more difficult than addressing a bill or remembering an appointment or what day or time it is. But I do find that I'm crawling, you know, sometimes to just be, I can be 3D, I can be organised, I used to be the best multitasker in the world, and now, you know, I'm missing appointments, and what fucking day it is half the time. In a very good way, you know. And a lot of it is because I don't watch the fucking TV, who keeps telling you what time and day it is over and over again. Blooming hell. So yeah, so I've just been addressing a few more things, and I just want to heal my own mental health and find ways of healing the mental health of others, you know, for the earthly ease and the peace and the... just, you know, so we can have the experience on Earth that we all fucking want. We're all just so blooming fooked. And again, it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. Like, anybody who listens to me, most people have actually got their own channels who listen to me. Like, I've got the fucking best people who comment on my stuff. I'm not even joking. Like, sometimes, you know, I look at people who comment on my videos, and most people have got their own channels who are bigger than mine, because I've only got a few fucking hundred. By the way, that's amazing. A few hundred is amazing. But, you know, really, really interesting people who have been on these journeys for a long, long time. And, you know, they're all sort of, they're all here. I'm like, yay, yay, yay. Oh, dear. So anyway, yeah, I've just been lightening up today and yesterday. You know, it's like I'm sometimes aware as well of how much I annoy people, and I just can't get the ears. I can't get the fucking ears because I can ramble, as you can tell, and I want to talk about all these things all the time. I'm just so intense, I think, for other people, and I know I was laughing because I know what annoys people. It's like that I am intense, and everything seems to, you know, it could be the most innocent start of a conversation, and I'll find some way to weave it and to make it deeper, or to try and make someone see it from a different angle. And I don't try and do that to wind anyone up, and it's not necessarily to wake people up either. It's just to test out other perceptions and see how they roll. But, you know, I'll be outside, someone will be talking to me, and I will always be goggling at the sky in the background, like, oh, or, you know, like, why do you think this, or why do you think that, or don't you think that looks funny, or, you know. So it's quite hard for people to just, you know, have a normal conversation with me, but, you know, I can't do anything about it. I'll have to deal with it. Sunglasses might be good. I have never worn sunglasses. I like looking at the sun, and I think because my ears stick out as well, I put my head down and the sunglasses fall off, so I've just never bothered. But that would be a way to get away with it, wouldn't it? So anyway, I'm just speaking myself through this shit. I've noticed a few more things, and really the tests that come for me, it's always just a test of reactivity, radioactive, you know, just how reactive am I going to be if I was so, and I still know it's in me now, you know, if somebody fucks with me, it's like, I always think about that old prank, you know, back in the day, and I think it was in an American school, and somebody hides in the bin with a werewolf mask on or something, and then they get a microphone and they're interviewing someone. He jumps out of the bin to scare this lad, and he just turns around and poof, fucking knocks him out straight away. That's like me though, you know, don't scare me because you'll die. Oh dear. But yeah, no, the whole point of what that was about was that the reactivity is what the test is, containing the energy, and yeah, and batting it off. It's all this invisible energy battle between ourselves and the surroundings. So yes, anyway, blah blah. 1440, fucking hell, go away. Right, I'm gonna get off now. Fingerprints of the gods, eh? Have a good day. Bye.